To start our trip, we took a bus from Cusco and we went up and over the Andes Mountains from the dry Cusco side down to the soaking wet Amazon jungle side. The road we took was extremely bumpy and windy, and it was really wet, and we were in the clouds most of the time. There were also waterfalls that ran across the road and at one point onto the hood of our car. It also started raining, so that was fun. And over the course of our 10-hour-long bus ride, including stops, we dropped 3,000 plus meters into the bottom of the Amazon.
And amazingly, Manu National Park holds 1/10 of all the birds in the world, so over 1,000 species. As we dropped through the cloud forest, we stopped at this amazing hummingbird feeder spot. One of the main attractions for birds along this road are these ridiculous birds called the Andean cock of the rock. The males, which you see here, gather in what are called leks, where they do this crazy loud dance for hopeful females, like this.
We stayed at a place and we woke up super early in the morning and we went onto the boat and it was really, the water was really churned up or like churning and it was really cold and windy, so we were wearing all of our gear and stuff. We were very cold still. It was always very exciting when we would see a caiman on the side of the river. This is a black caiman. They're smaller than crocodiles, but they can grow up to 8 feet. We also saw some white caiman, which are smaller, and they were pretty lethargic. They would just sit there for a long time. It was the dry season when we were there, so everything was very dry and only a few trees were in bloom, but the ones that were really stood out against the amazing canopy. And we just really loved looking at the scenery as we went by. We boated for 5 hours and got to this checkpoint, and this is the crew that we were with. They were all Europeans.
Between Sweden and England and Italy and Germany, we had Europe covered amongst that crew. We had a lot of fun together. We also got out to stretch our legs a few times, and here's a shot of us on the edge of the Manu River, which was a lot narrower and slower moving than the Madre De Dios River. This is Casa Matsigenka, put together by 3 different indigenous groups from this part of the Amazon basin. And the money that we paid went towards them being able to live and provide nature education for people that come like us. It was pretty fun to be sleeping seemingly in the middle of the jungle with these amazing mosquito nets and screens on the windows. It was quite a beautiful experience.
We also went on these amazing night walks every night, well, almost every night, and we would see a whole bunch of awesome bugs under lights, like scorpions and stuff like that. We also saw these cool trees that are called walking palms, and there's some debate about whether they walk or not. We also saw these huge spiders on our night walks, which were absolutely terrifying and scared me really badly. And we saw a whole bunch of cool beetles that looked like completely fake, like they were painted. It was crazy. And oh yes, the trees. There were these awesome trees with these huge roots that were like really big, like almost the size of a house, some of them. And some more beetles that look absolutely stunning. And there were we saw one stick bug here, and it was really big, the size of our hands. And it was just chilling on the plant. Oh yeah, and the whip spider. This thing is absolutely terrifying. It's huge. It's like as big as your face. And it's not venomous though. It's completely safe. And we saw this awesome bug, and there's some debate of which
either if it was a moth or something else, which I don't know.
Like
right
a
now.
cicada.
Like a cicada, yeah.
And this is Charlotte.
And this is Charlotte who put it on her nose.
Today, Dad and I got up for our third night in a row at 5 o'clock in the morning, but without Julia Mom, and we went on this amazing catamaran tour of an oxbow lake. We saw 72 species of birds, 7 giant otters, and we saw these super cool monkeys when we got back.
They're laughing. Yeah, there's so many of them. Oh, the other ones are even behind. There's so many. We also saw these super cool butterflies. There's so many different colors and so many different butterflies that we saw all over the place. They were amazing.
And from there, we rolled into this bird blind where we kind of saw this macaw claylake. These are scarlet and red and green macaws that came to visit.
We had yet another early start to our morning and got back on the boat, and today's mission on the way back was to see el gato grande, which if you don't know means a big cat, also known as the jaguar, which we actually saw 2 of them, which is very rare and very good because our guide said that only
2 out of 10
2 out of 10 trips that you would see a jaguar, and we saw 2. And this guy was really chill. He was just sitting there for like a really long time. We parked our boat on the other side of the river and got amazing views through the scope, and he was just sleeping the whole time. It was amazing.
We were on the boat so much that our chef, Miguel, even cooked on the boat for us. Here he is frying something up on the barbecue, and this is our guide, Alex, who was amazing with birds, serving us a plated, delicious meal.
This was our 3/4-hour walk to the treehouse that we slept in, which was overlooking the Tapir salt lick. And in the morning we walked back, and after not seeing the tapirs, we saw these prints, which was cool. We also saw some capybara and jaguar prints.
For those of you who don't know, this is a reactifer, and it was cool because when you touch it, it closes, so you can watch the video.
It works at where we're looking.
What's the name for this?
Mimosa podica.
Mimosa.
Mimosa podica.
And here's the whole crew. From left to right, we have our gato spotter and our amazing boat driver. That river during the dry season was very low. It was super tricky in some spots. Then 3 of our family. And then our bus driver was quite the road, and he was really incredible. And then, of course, our amazing chef and our lead guide, Alex, for our only guided tour of the whole year. It was a really rewarding and extremely enjoyable trip.